Hello students, in today's class we are going to see the writing part and especially we are going to see the letter writing in this class. Definitely you are going to be here in front of the screen listening to me what I am telling. So let's start the lesson today, letters. Forget about the screen, you just look at me what I am saying. See, the letters are of different types. We know formal letters, informal letters and neutral letters. Let us start with the informal letters. What are informal letters? You would have studied in the previous classes. Informal letters are letters written to your dear and near. And what about the formal letters? Formal letters are addressed to the people designated. It can be either a teacher, headmaster, officials, or whoever it is. They are all called official letters or formal letters. And the third one we have is a neutral letter. That letter, actually it just comes under the newspaper letters. What is that? The letters that been published in newspapers are called neutral letters, where the citizens or the responsible people, they echo their voices and they just want to echo the voice of the majority. For example, society, for example, the locality. The neutral letters are written addressed to the officials or the individuals to take necessary action against the reason shown. And in this class, we are going to see especially business letters. And here the business letters, these fall under these categories. Business letters may be of sales letters, order letters, complaint letters, adjustment letters, inquiry letters, follow-up letters, letters of recommendation, acknowledgement letters and covering letter. Let's see one after the other. What are sales letters? We know to promote the sale, if we say, if we if we want to improve the sales, if we write a letter regarding our sales, it is called sales letter. And what about the order letter? The order you are placing, how much requirement, what is your requirement, whether it is a raw material or anything which is suitable for your office or a company or a factory, whatever you are addressing, to order to the particular company, that falls under the category order letters, ordering letters. And complaint letters, what would be? It is easy to identify what is it about. It's generally complaint. What sort of complaints? It may be the complaint that the material did not reach in time. It may be the complaint that the people from that place have not reported to them in time. And it may be a problem that for example, we are outsourcing people, then those outsourcing people are not coming in time or discharging their duty as expected. Like so many number of complaints we have regarding the complaints. If we want to make sure that it reaches the person and it should get rectified, we write a letter to people. Such letters we call them complaint letters. And adjustment letters, what is that? For example, it may be regarding payment or the materials delivered. See, there are so many adjustments taken place in the factories and different companies, and they would adjust that the previous month payment would be taken later, or the previous month they'll be in need of advance money. Like that, so many adjustment can be taken place. Such letters we call adjustment letters and inquiry letters. I'll tell you, my children, definitely it's going to be a very important thing that every one of you should know. What is that inquiry letter? Letters of inquiry, what does it mean? See, we need to know so many information from so many places, you know. So to know those details, we always write letter to different people and we want to get information from them. Those information, those inquiry letters are going to help you in a very big way. See, after your 12th standard, you'll be wondering where to go, which premier institution or which institution offers you the group which you really want to do. Like that, there will be so many things to get inquired. Such letters fall on this category. And not only about the course inquiry, it is about so many things. For example, people would have paid something, paid money for something, and they are really not aware whether it reached the person or not, whether he did attend to that or not. So if we want to know that what is happening behind that letter, we are in a need of some inquiry. Such inquiry also can be taken place. So in inquiry letters, it's really important that students at this age, you need to master in letter writing. Especially this inquiry letters will be the source of knowledge. So if you learn to write this inquiry letters in a proper manner, things are done. Almost you have mastered in letter writing, I would say. And follow-up letters. What are follow-up letters? See, after taking up the treatment in a hospital, now the hospital people, front office people are reminding you, madam, this is your time that you need to come for next consultation. And there may be other places where they will be giving you a intimation that it is your AMC due time, kindly please follow that. Like that we will be following up after one action is being over. So those letters are known as follow-up letters. And what about the next one? Next one is the letter of recommendation. From the name itself, you will be aware. Letter of recommendation, it may be for a post, it may be for admission, it may be for giving some person employability. Like for many reasons, some recommendation is needed. In that case, they write letter that they are known as letters of recommendation. And acknowledgement letters, what are they really are? Acknowledgement meaning what? We are doing something and it is being taken up in a proper manner, and they are suitably giving right reply to you. Yes, it is accepted. For example, so we have seen the letters of recommendation, and what comes next is the acknowledgement letters. When we submit something or when we post something and we need to get a reply from a person stating that yes, it reached us in proper manner. For example, you'll be seeing your headmistress or teachers writing some covering letter over there. What are they are writing? They are writing, we hereby submit the following documents to your office for your kind perusal. It is called covering letter. Okay, they'll be listing down what are the items being sent to them for approval. That is called covering letter. It will be generally written on the letterhead. And the next one, what we are talking about, acknowledgement letter. While we submit this letter, they will put their seal and there will be a countersign by the concerned person, and they will return you the copy of the letter. That letter we call it acknowledgement. Acknowledgement for accepting something, that we call acknowledgement letters. And in this letter of inquiry, what are we really trying to do? Here is an example for a letter of inquiry. You are interested in a short-term course in computer graphics, and you are writing a letter to the director of some famous institution, and you just want to know some of the details from them to get yourself enrolled in that group. What category is this? This comes under letter of inquiry. Why are you inquiring? You just want to know whether it is feasible for you to enroll yourself for that group. So this is called letter of inquiry. So while writing these letters of inquiry, you need to know what are the list of details you want to know from them. And next comes the complaint letter. See, what kind of complaint letter can we write? The main road leading to your locality has an open manhole. What will be your reaction? They may cause accidents. Children may fall inside. So what will happen? So you are raising a complaint and you are addressing to the local authority to address this issue. This sort of information we are conveying in our complaint letters. And you just see the pictures on the screen. So you can see a few pictures over there. A cow stands near near the garbage, and there are 3 buses running, and on the main road you can see the cattle walking, and you also can see that there are students actually who have to travel inside the bus. They are actually hanging outside the bus, as food boat travelers. And there is another picture that shows that the roads are not safe, it is full of pits. And there is another picture where you can see it's really a place where there is no orderliness, there is chaos and confusion everywhere. So these pictures, the moment you see, what do you see here? What is your reaction to these pictures? Will feel bad, no? What will happen if any vehicle come fast and the rider didn't watch coming these cattles on the main road? Definitely there will be a collision and there will be accident. So these sort of things, it just makes a person feel so bad, and that he wants to convey his, or he wants to pour out his feelings to the society that something has to be done to make all these things right. So in such things, on such matters, we write letters. Those letters are being published in dailies, and those letters are called neutral letters. And another one is the informal letter. We know we write letters to our friends, relatives, who are all writing letters nowadays. We all text messages, and rarely we write emails to people. And in informal letters, everyone knows nobody is following any rule over there. They are just using their language like they have all liberty of using all sort of grammar rules while they are writing informal letters or messages. See, there are a few examples on the screen. For the opening of the mails or opening of the letters, we address the people like hi, hello, hi, dear, it's been ages since. Like that, there are so many expressions. See, these listed out items are the way you salute, the way you open the letter. These are already there. The students who have confidence in them, they can write on their own. The students who feel, who are very doubtful about their own language, at least by imitating these words, at least by imitating or by taking up, using up these phrases, you can draft an informal letter. No, all are not masters, okay? Some will have a mastery over the language, and somebody, they may feel that they are not up to the level. For those students, at least make use of these phrases for your opening. To open up the letter, you can use these phrases. And there are a list of other things also there. Expressing thanks. How can you thank a person in informal letter? And how can you convey the message in the informal letter? Likewise, these phrases will really help you to, open the letter or convey the message to different people. And now, responding to news. Responding to news, the news may be a glad news or the news may be a sad news. Depending upon that, you can really respond to the news. For example, for the happy news, you can say, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad to hear that from you. Oh, I'm really, really happy, my dear. Like that, you can start. And all these, all these informal letters, they give you liberty to use your own choice of words according to your mood and vibe. You can really use these words. See, some of the boys, some of the girls, they may use words like they wish to express others that they are really, really very happy, in a very happy mood. Those students, they'll use, oh, I'm great, I'm feeling great, I just want to hear same from you. Others may simply ask, hi, how are you, man? So like that, the informal letters, you can use the words of your own choice. If you don't have any choice, then you please stick on to any one of these. Okay, for example, in informal letter, you are hearing some news. If the news is really glad news, happy news, how will you respond? I am so happy for you. That is fantastic, man. That's really fantastic to hear from you. I am so happy for you. I am so glad. And I'm really thrilled to hear such a glad news from you. Like that, we use words that are our real choice to express our feelings. See, if somebody tells you some great news and if you respond like, oh, I see, then what does it mean? A person is conveying you some happy news, a great news. It's a moment to celebrate. And what is your expression? If you say, oh, I see. No, that won't be. It's not a correct way of expressing ourselves to our friends or relatives. You should be really, really expressionistic. Your expressions should give them some satisfaction. Yes, this is the happy news, not only for me, but also to my friend. And see the next one, offering, accepting and declining an invitation. What is it? Offering. Somebody is offering, somebody is requesting, somebody is appealing to do something. And it is your option whether you can accept the offer or you can simply deny the offering. So in that case, how will you write a letter to them? Can you simply say, I won't come, I am not interested? How have you come and asked me such a question? Can you ask like that? No. Polite way of conveying things is always essential. See, you are receiving a letter from a person asking your date for presiding over function. What will you do? If you have some other plans on the day, then you have to decline their offer. And if you are free on the day, you may accept the offer. So according to your preferences, you are going to reply them. Whatever be the case, whether you are accepting the invitation or declining the invitation, there should be some modality in conveying the things to the person. How will you do that? If you want to accept, how will you write? Yeah, really glad to receive such an invitation from your institution. I'll be available on the day, and if possible, we can come and discuss in person. Like that, you can express yourself in a proper manner. And if you are really screwed up and you are not really available during the dates mentioned in the letter, how will you convey them? Inform them politely. I received your letter. I am glad that I received your letter, but sorry sir, I won't be there in the station, so that we can plan the occasion if possible next week, or if the program is already scheduled, kindly I request you to fix up some other guest. So like that, we can always express ourselves in a much acceptable manner. Offering advice and making suggestions. How can you make that? All these are also informal letters. Like that, you are showing your friend or your relative some sort of convenience to them that yes, it is happening everywhere, and if it is the really tough position for you, you also take up such suggestion that you can approach this matter in this way. Instead of fed up with this happening, instead of brooding over the things what had happened to you, you just come out of it. So your suggestions and advice should help help your friend or relative to come out of their really stress. So for example, in the informal letters we would use phrases like, if I were you, I would. If I were in your shoes, I would. You should. You simply have to. See, in some cases we say you simply have to accept it. Okay, we are helpless, because after all, this decision is not from our side. If something happens and somebody poses something on you and it is your duty to oblige that, then no other go. You have to accept it. That piece of advice also can be given to them. And likewise, while offering advice and making suggestions, you can express yourself more politely. This is another piece where how we are closing the letters actually. Well, that's all for now. I would like to conclude in this way. I'd better get back to work here and I must go. Likewise, these are all since informal letters, we can simply use these words and move out. Whereas for the formal letters, we know we will thank the person and we will use suitable subscriptions for everything. So here in the informal letters, things are little easier to understand. So you can use the words of your own choice. And see that whether you are writing a letter or email, the following tips will help you to make your content really rich. For example, it is written badly can irritate colleagues and clients. At least for that, what you should do? You should write properly. With this, we have come to the end of this letter writing format. So far we have seen the different types of letters, informal letters, formal letters, and neutral letters. And in informal letters, you can use the words of your choice, and you can have the liberty of conveying things in your own way. Whereas in the official letters or business letters, it is strictly, you need to follow certain rules and regulations. You need to follow the format in writing business letters. Make it sure that the letter conveys the thing what you really wish to convey them. So have a draft before writing, before sending it. Draft a letter, read out whether you have included all the details, whether it serves the purpose, and then you can send the letter to them. The next important item is email writing. While writing emails, you need to know a few things. For example, avoid vague subject lines, use proper email punctuation, practice good grammar. See, we have a habit of including emojis everywhere. Please don't use any emojis in the emails because it is totally informal. You should not use emojis in the email. Keep just lines descriptive and short. Don't try to write draft letters pages after pages. It will not help you anymore. Keep subject lines descriptive and short. Choose your email salutation carefully. Leave the right impression with your email sign off. For example, with regards, yours sincerely, yours faithfully. So, if you want to convey, give the impression to the people whom the email is sent, give them a really meaningful signing off. And last and most important one is triple check your recipient's name, because in the conventional letter format, spelling errors, it will be easy for you to reach the person even there is any spelling errors. But in emails, if there is one single letter, if it is misspelled, then the email will not reach the person. One important tip, if you are writing an mailing for the first time to a person, briefly introduce yourself. Do not assume the receiving person that he knows you already. So inform them who you are or members who are going to meet you. If you are uncertain whether the recipient recognizes your email address or name or then you need to include a brief biography or your brief introduction about yourself, your name and your position in your firm. That will help the person to understand that the email is actually from you. So this idea, these tips will definitely help you draft a good email. I have given you one simple example. For example, Tamizharasi is writing an email to a person. How will she introduce? She will address the person, dear sir, and then she will introduce herself. I am Tamizharasi SPL, ABS School Chennai 4 is writing to you. So likewise, that introduction will give the reader some sort of introduction that yes, a student from this school is addressing me, and the mail may be of some relevancy with her academics or with the school. So likewise, while drafting email, it is always important to have a triple check. What will you check? Your opening, have you saluted them properly, and whether the details all have been filled up, whether any attachment, whether the attachment is included, any file or anything to be attached or receipt or to be attached, whatever it is. If you attach something, ensure that if you write in the email that you have attached something, then you need to show that there is an attachment. Before sending it, ensure that you have attached that file or photo or receipt or something, image or something, whatever you want to attach with that email, ensure that it is being attached. And if you are writing to a person for the first time, you need to introduce yourself, write one line introduction, and then go on with the other details. So far we have seen letter writing and email writing extensively, my dear students. Ensure that you are following the format given in your textbook. There are so many details available in the textbook. Now you can enhance yourself with so many good things. There are so many sites available, so many courses, free courses are available online. Go browse it and try to enhance the knowledge. So with this I conclude. Before I conclude the class, I wish to give you a homework also. Write an email to the Director of School Education expressing your appreciation that the department is providing them with video lessons. Express your appreciation, and also you can write like a thanks letter, write email as well as a letter to the Director, Department of School Education, thanking him for giving you video lessons. Thank you, children.